Hello everyone, this is Zale, and I'm over at Daily Mile, and I thought I would just give you a little tour of the area where I do my runs. This is just the street. These are sort of the houses on the street. Your typical Toronto backsplit area with people working on their houses and everything else. So I'm just gonna be a little sample of different things, and so I'm just gonna start my run, and then when I get to the next kind of more interesting area, we'll talk to you. Well, hi, it's me. I'm back again. So this is the edge of the park where I run into. As you can see, I'm running, so we're bouncing everywhere. It's part of what's called G. Lord Ross Park. There's a reservoir in it. It's at the northern parts of the city of Toronto. This area, like I was mentioning, is about 40 years old. The park used to be one point part of a golf course, all sorts of other cool stuff. As you can see, there are even complaints of coyotes and all sorts of stuff in the area. Yesterday there was a deer in my backyard, which is kind of a weird thing. So I really live in an urban area. Lots of people sitting. It's all pretty much paved. I'm not going to go the long route, just the short route. But as you can see, just very, very lovely. Nice park, filled with people. Show you some more of the other interesting parts of the park. But for this section, it's pretty much, this is what it looks like all along. Hi, this is G. Ross Park. I don't think I turned around. So I'm running in the park. So you see, it's a lovely park. It's all part of northern parts of the city of Toronto. City of Toronto is a big city for all my American friends, sort of like Chicago. But I actually had a deer in my backyard, which is very, very bizarre. But this park line runs all the way north, park by park. So it's kind of neat. Anyways, I'm gonna run for a bit. We'll talk to you a little later. Hey, I'm all back. So, just remember I told you I was in this big deep park. And then there's like this whole city park stuff filled with people. There's a little more of the path. Not very many hills here. I'm only gonna go the short route, my typical 8-kilometer route. People with their kids, people playing in a little tiny creek that actually fills up. Show you. Nice little tributaries. I remember when I was a teenager back in the 70s, this was all a park, and I think I made out with my first girlfriend right about in there, which is probably more information than all you middle-aged people really care to hear about. But I was 14 and I thought it was really cool at the time. Anyways, we're gonna come back. Hi, I'm here again. Now, if everybody knows me, I run the running room route, which is theoretically 10 in 1. So you run for 10 minutes, you walk for 1 minute. I tend to run 2 kilometers and walk for a minute, because hopefully for Boston I'll be running at the 5-minute pace, and which means I need to run for 10 minutes in 1 minute. Now in here we have a whole path. Take a look, you can see, I don't know if you can actually see that, but the river's a little dry. Sometimes after a big rain, it's filled. This whole area will be underwater. During the winter, it's all iced up. The bicyclist, you should be on Daily Mile, probably isn't yet. I'll show the river, which is a lot deeper than the other one I showed you. You can see the banks, probably not yet. See the banks, and see how all the area is all sort of dried out. That's how high the water gets. It gets pretty high. And usually around here there'll be lots and lots of ducks. This whole area will be flooded in, and it's kind of neat. Okay, so I've been walking a little longer than my normal 1 minute, but that's for all my Daily Miler friends. Just a beautiful area. I want to show you a little bit. I'm going to start running, show you a little bit something else. So it's a whole path and part of the park that goes way up there. On another run, I'll show you what's up there, what's in that area. Okay? See you a little later. And here's just another one of those little tiny footbridges that go over the same river. See how dammed up it got this week because of the big rainstorms we had. Path sometimes gets blocked with trees that fall, but the city comes along every so often and fixes it. Here's the downed tree, which I hope I don't bang into my head. That's headset. Pretty cool. Happens around here all the time. Here's that same little river we saw. And just it flows all along with me. You'll check the map, you can see whereabouts I am. And then we see a big high-tech business that's actually set for. It was actually the location where some Canadian scientists found that stuff they use for, what do you call it, for diabetes. And it was actually discovered right up here. You can't actually see the old building from here, but this is where the U of T researchers actually did the discovery. Of course, not in these fancy white buildings, but still very good. Did I mention that Canada is like one of the high-tech places in the world to work? Anyways, that's sort of where I make my living from when I'm not running. I don't really make my living from running. Okay, oh, there's a nice view of the building. I hope you get that. Okay, so this is all high-tech. And again, I'm right in a little area that's all homes. Over there is just a bunch of other homes. Actually, the homes are over there. Just sorry, there, it's all commercial buildings on the other side of there. You wouldn't know. This is why I always run in the same route. Here's that same river. It runs all the way around. Okay, one of my highlights of my run is this tree. I just think this tree is so majorly cool. No clue why it does that kind of stuff. But you look at this. Look at it. It is. It just goes. It is. I know that it's just a tree, but my gosh, it's the only one like this in the whole area that I've ever seen. So I don't know. I just give you an idea how big it is. This is me wrapping my arms around it. I can only get my arms halfway around the tree. I don't know how else to give you relative size. There's a bench, and you see the bench just only comes up to a tiny part of it. It is just big. Now I know you guys in California have those big fancy cool redwoods, but I think this tree is really neat. Please tell me if you think it's neat as well. Okay, maybe somebody knows what that tree thing with all that growth on the tree is about. It's at the end of the park, or this part of the park anyways. I just want to take you and you can see all the cars going by, jiggling, bicycle people coming in, right? See all the city kind of stuff here for water and sewer and stuff. It's really neat. I'll take you right out to the sign on the park. See, that's the name of the park. But I want you to take a look at where I am in the offices. Now this park continues over there, but it's a different park. And you can see traffic at 4:30, 5 o'clock on the city is just starting to, or 5:30, starting to get deeper. Anyways, I think that's about it until our next scene. There you can see, and you can look it up on the city. But it really exists in the city of Toronto, and it is so cool. I grew up in a small town called Sudbury, Ontario, and I used to live in this kind of area. Sudbury was 100,000 people, but for Canada, you know, it was a relatively small town. I used to hang out as a kid in there, so I guess it's all those emotions. I'm not really an urban guy, even though I live in the city and I do city-type stuff. Anyways, now I'd like to have a special guest appearance by my pain in the butt running partner, Calvin. Hey, Calvin, say hello to all the people at Daily Mile. Okay, say hello. Tell them how much you're a pain in the butt. I want you to say hello. Come on, say hello. Give a nice no. That's it. That's it. I want you to be really nice to the nice people at Daily Mile. They're so nice. They're so encouraging. They all think you're much cuter than I am. But they don't know about your wagging tail, do they? Yeah. Anyways, say hello to the people at Daily Mile. Can you wave? No, that's sort of a wave.